Hello, this is Steve Joordens, the Director of the Advanced Learning Technologies Lab here at University of Toronto. So we met with Audrey from Apple, Toronto, downtown yesterday, and we talked to her about, a couple of ideas we had about how we might be able to establish sort of strategic partnerships working with Apple. One of the ideas was what we're sort of jokingly calling the peanut butter and chocolate idea, which was the idea of mixing sort of app-based educational approach with peerScholar in app form. So I'm hoping that you've had a chance to kind of watch those previous 3 videos in this playlist, and I know that's a lot to ask. But if you have, first of all, thank you. And all I want to do in this video is give you the sense of how we can now bring these together in an Apple environment. So if we think of peerScholar as the peanut butter, hopefully you now have a sense that what peerScholar is really good at is providing a structured environment that allows students to develop their ability to think critically, to communicate both expressively in the sense of providing feedback to their peers, but also receptively in the sense of receiving feedback and both analyzing that and then using it in a formative way, all while kind of working on their meta-cognitive skills, showing them the work of their peers for something they themselves did, so giving them a really strong sense of where their work fits in that environment. So it does a lot of these 21st century skills really well. And it does push a little bit on the creativity one, but the peanut butter and chocolate idea is really about merging that, what peerScholar is doing well, with the strong engagement that an app-based learning environment can provide. So the idea really is just this. Imagine that students in classes used an app to support their learning in some area, any area. So I'm just going to say, let's say they're using GarageBand to work in the music area, and maybe their project is to construct a song or do something like that. What we're imagining is, okay, they've done that, but teachers often then say, well, okay, now what? What do we do with this product? And the answer to that would be, well, send that product now to peerScholar and initiate a peer assessment, a round of peer assessment. So basically my song now will go to 6 peers, say, who will listen to it and will comment to me about how that can be improved. At the same time, I am going to be looking at 6 peers, or listening to, in this case, 6 peers' songs, and providing feedback to them. We will all eventually receive this feedback and have an opportunity to now revise our song accordingly. So literally we take all that creativity and engagement that the app environment does so well, and then we merge it with the critical thinking, the communication skills, the metacognitive practice that peerScholar provides. So that was one of the core ideas that Audrey and I were discussing, and that we hope will kind of go further. Another point with respect to peerScholar, though, by the way, is that it is kind of content agnostic. We call it that. It really kind of is about the process and the way that process of submitting, assessing, and then responding to assessments, how that encourages all these thought processes. But you can apply this to anything, any content at all. So another notion we've heard in the Apple world is that in some cases there aren't good apps to fit a specific subject area. But in that case, if peerScholar were an app-based kind of utility, then we could use that app in any area. So any faculty member could create an assignment in an area, put that into peerScholar, and now this app would again provide all that structured learning with 21st century skills. So in one swoop, in a sense, it would say you have an app for everything. In the educational sphere, in the sense of peerScholar, and in addition, peerScholar could be used in that peanut butter and chocolate way. All right, so that was one of the pitches, I guess, that we kind of threw out there related to peerScholar. Thanks again for your attention, and I look forward to interacting with you further. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.